The International Space Station and the Jules Verne are currently flying over the northwest coast of Africa, moving from southwest to northeast in an orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator. All of today's activities went by the book. No issues reported by any of the flight control teams here in Houston. The lead flight control center in Toulouse, France, for the European Space Agency's automated transfer vehicle, or the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov, Russia. All three flight control teams working in tandem in this complex ballet that resulted in the Jules Verne approaching to within 36 feet of the station, testing all of its systems in preparation for its eventual docking on Thursday. The International Space Station's mission management team will convene once again on Wednesday to review all of the data from today's exercise before it gives a go-no-go decision for docking. But based on the preliminary look at all of the activities today, that should be a fairly routine review with no systems issued identified by any of the flight control teams either here in Houston or in Toulouse or Korolyov. The visiting vehicle officer here in Mission Control reports a good departure rate for the Jules Verne. Again, its laser systems were tested today along with the ability of the onboard crew. Yuri Malenchenko, the flight engineer in charge of Russian segment operations, joined by Commander Peggy Whitson and flight engineer Garrett Reisman, as Malenchenko, at various points of today's approach by the ATV, sent commanding to the onboard computers on the automated transfer vehicle to retreat and hold and resume its approach to the station, exercising an abort capability, essentially a collision avoidance capability in the unlikely event that a problem would occur with any of the Jules Verne's critical rendezvous systems. All of that activity functioned as advertised. No issues with the hardware reported as the Jules Verne crosses the limit of the Earth, silhouetted against the clouds of northwest Africa, soon to pass across the Sahara Desert and over the Mediterranean. Moments ago, the Jules Verne was just within striking distance of the aft docking port of the Zvezda service module. Now separating at a rate of about 3.8 meters per second, more than 1,000 meters away from what will be its eventual port of call, the aft port of the Zvezda service module on Thursday. This escape maneuver will eventually result in the automated transfer vehicle winding up as it did after Saturday's first series of demonstration maneuvers. It will ultimately wind up about 24 statute miles behind the station and maintain a relative motion toward the station at that distance before it reinitiates its final approach for docking on Thursday. NASA television coverage on Thursday of the final demonstration approach of the automated transfer vehicle and its final docking to the station will begin Thursday at 7 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, with the docking scheduled at 9:41 a.m. Central Time. With the automated transfer vehicle now phasing away to a safe distance away from the station, having completed all of its objectives for today's second demonstration day of systems tests, The solar arrays on the Russian segment of the International Space Station will be returned to an auto-tracking capability, as will the arrays on the U.S. segment of the complex. Crossing the Mediterranean, the automated transfer vehicle and the International Space Station approaching southern Europe.